Hello and welcome back. Carrying on from where we left off at the end of the last video, where we had just created the new form and figured out what information is being submitted to our create action, let's go ahead and build the create action. We know that we have the email and the password being passed in through our params hash. So first we have to find the user based on the email. Okay? So we can do something like this. User equals user.findBy within parentheses email params, and remember we checked this out with the debugger. The way to access the email would be open square bracket session close square bracket, then open square bracket again email close square bracket. And then to compare, we're going to have to downcase this because remember, all our emails are in downcase in our database. So for comparison, we need to get an exact email. Close parentheses. Now, the first thing we have to check is if this is valid. User.findBy will only work if this email actually exists. Otherwise, this find by will not find this email. This is going to blow up. So we have to first verify that this is valid. So if user, that'll verify that. And then we have to authenticate the user using the password from the params hash. So we can do something like this. And user.authenticate. Remember, we can use the authenticate method and provide the password to see if the password is correct. Open parentheses, params, open square bracket, session, close square bracket, open square bracket again, password, close square bracket, and then close parentheses. Okay, and else end. So if user, meaning this was found, and user.authenticate based on the password that was provided, then do something, else, meaning it wasn't correct, we know we're going to render the new template to log in again, okay? But since this is not a model-backed form, we're not going to have validation messages, okay? There are no validations because there's no model for this. So we're going to have to give a friendly message over here that actually tells the user who was trying to sign in that there was something wrong. What we can do is this, flash.now, and then within square brackets, danger, close square bracket, equals, there was something wrong with your login information. Close quote, save. Now, why did we use flash.now instead of the regular flash that we've been using? Flash persists for one HTTP request. That's why whenever you redirect, you can see the message after that in the next screen. But when you're rendering new, it's not considered a new request. So if I use flash here, you're going to see the message persist on that page, on the new template, plus on the next page as well, and that is not something you want. So in those scenarios, you can use flash.now. Okay? Now, if we are able to authenticate the user, what do we want to do? We want to display a flash message. So flash within square brackets, success. We're going to say you have successfully logged in. And then we want to redirect to, we'll just send them to the user's path and give it user. So basically the user who signed in, we want to send them to their show page. Okay? Save that. Now, how do we simulate logging in? The way we do that, if you remember, we talked briefly about the information being stored in a session hash and your browser basically backing this. The information that is needed for this is basically setting the session within square brackets, user ID. Okay? So you're basically saving the user ID in your session. So your browser's cookies are going to handle this. This user ID is going to be stored by your browser and then used for requests to simulate that the user is logged in instead of just a regular user who's not logged in which case the user ID would be nil, right? So we're going to set the session user ID and we're going to set it to this user's ID. So user.id. So you're basically saving the user's ID in your sessions hash, which is backed by your browser's cookies. All right, save that. So let's see what that did over here. I'm going to go to my login route again. Whoops, my server isn't running. I'm going to restart my server. Okay, log in, reload. I'll first log in with invalid info. So then put in incorrect as the password, log in. There was something wrong with your login information. Perfect. Now, if I log in using the correct info, then password is password, log in. You have successfully logged in, but there's something wrong with my message, so I have to take care of that. But as you can see, the message is showing up that I've logged in. So let's look at what happened to my message. Oh, I have a S missing here. Success. There you go. Should work now. All right, so now let's work on the destroy link. The logout link, which is the destroy action. So we're simply going to set session, open square bracket, colon, user underscore ID, close square bracket. We're simply going to set the session user ID to nil. And then we're going to say flash success. You have logged out. And then redirect to, we're going to send them to the root path. Save that. And that's all we need. But to test this, we need a logout link. So I'll pull up my navigation. So in my views, shared, whoops, it's not in my shared folder, views, layouts, navigation, HTML, ERB, right at the bottom here, I'll make one of these links a logout. So right here, now this link is this one right here, over here, this one. So I'll turn that to a logout. So I'll say something like this. Embedded Ruby equals link underscore to log out and then logout underscore path. And since this is a destroy action, I have to give it method delete. So logout path, comma, method colon space colon delete. And then close embedded Ruby tag. Save that. I'll go here. Then I'll reload this page. Click on logout. Perfect. You have logged out. Now let me log in again. Let me see, /login. And then password. I've successfully logged in. This message is showing up correctly, but notice how this is not the right page. I wanted to send the user to the user show page, and this is the user's listing page, and this link doesn't look right. So let's see what I did wrong. So in my sessions controller, redirect to user's path user. So I'll change this to user underscore path user. Save that. Let's try that again. I'll log out first. As you can already tell, I need a login link instead of going in from the URL every time. I'll log in again. Password, click login. Okay, this time it's working. Perfect. All right, then I'll click on logout. Okay, so that's everything we need from the sessions controller perspective right now. So starting in the next video, we're going to create some helpful methods and then start working on restricting activities that users can perform based on whether they're in logged in or logged out state. All right, I'll see you there.